Hey there everyone, and welcome to another Pikmin video. Today, we'll be talking about whether or not Hey Pikmin is actually canon or not, as this is a hotly debated subject in the Pikmin community. Now, this discussion isn't about whether or not Hey Pikmin is a good game, it's about whether or not Hey Pikmin is canon to the rest of the series. I can't believe I had to say that, but for some reason, people believe that just because Hey Pikmin isn't a good game, in their opinion, it must be non-canon. Anyway, let's get right into it. One reason I see people consider Hey Pikmin non-canon is because Olimar drives the SS Dolphin 2. In my opinion, it's a strange reason to consider this game non-canon. However, a great rebuttal for it is simply that Olimar bought a new ship after Olimar's comeback. In side stories, Olimar and Louie were able to not only pay off the second debt, but also, in Olimar's comeback, they spent 3 full days collecting treasure. Olimar, or the president, must have used all these Pokos to buy a new ship, that ship being the SS Dolphin 2, of course. Oh, and the SS Dolphin 2 could just be the original SS Dolphin with a new look. Not only does Olimar say that he wants to get the SS Dolphin back in Pikmin 3, but the SS Dolphin 2 doesn't say that this is its first time being around Pikmin, it just says that this is its first time seeing Pikmin, which would make sense since the SS Dolphin only had an analog computer and no optical receptors. Anyway, let's get into another reason people consider Hey Pikmin to be non-canon. This reason being that Olimar has a high-pitched voice compared to Pikmin 2 or Pikmin 3. I would say this is a good reason for it to be non-canon, however, this is just a wild misconception. Throughout Hey Pikmin, in many of its cutscenes, Olimar has a regular voice. In fact, Olimar only has a higher pitched voice whenever he says hey, and even then, the pitches vary each time he uses the whistle. Don't believe me? Well, here's some proof. And those aren't the only cutscenes, there are much more where Olimar has a deeper voice. So this whole Olimar has a high-pitched voice debacle is just a giant misconception. Anyway, another reason people think that Hey Pikmin is not canon is because purple and white Pikmin have an onion. In Pikmin Park, you can see purple and white swirls on the onion. Strangely, this onion doesn't have any markings, however it resembles a Master Onion from Pikmin 3. People use this as evidence that Hey Pikmin isn't canon because they believe that purple and white Pikmin don't have onions. However, this is stated nowhere in the original Pikmin 2. The only time it is said that they don't have an onion is in the manuals for Pikmin 2, the strategy guide for Pikmin 2, and Pikmin 2's website. However, these all obviously just mean that they don't have an onion in Pikmin 2, not that the species don't have an onion whatsoever. Even the white Pikmin's trophy description in Super Smash Bros. Brawl doesn't really confirm anything either. All it says is that they don't live inside onions, but that's just because they don't have an onion to live in. And none of this matters anyway because there's a purple onion at the end of Pikmin 1, which confirms, without a shadow of a doubt, that purple Pikmin have an onion. Now, we have to talk about one of the biggest reasons people don't consider Hey Pikmin canon, or just don't want it to be canon. This is the fact that Hey Pikmin takes place on a completely different planet from PNF 404. This opens the question for how creatures like Pikmin, Breadbugs, Bulborbs, and more got to the Hey Pikmin planet. The best theory that I can come up with is simply that humanity took these creatures with them after the collapse of Earth. Either these creatures already existed in their timeline, or they went back to Earth and collected these specimens and brought them back to their new civilization on the Hey Pikmin planet. I've seen other theories about convergent evolution, but I don't really buy into it. Anyway, this is the only reason I can really understand why people would think that Hey Pikmin isn't canon. But in my opinion, it just makes more sense that this is what happened. I've also seen people confused as to why there are human objects on this planet and why it looks so similar to Earth, but of course it looks similar to Earth. It's a habitable planet. Habitable planets would of course look like Earth. And why are there human objects there? Because humans lived there. Obviously, after Earth collapsed, a small pocket of human survivors used spacecrafts and moved this planet in order to colonize it, maybe even terraform it. Another reason I've seen people consider Hey Pikmin not canon is because it's developed by Arzest and not in-house Nintendo. And unless we see something from Hey Pikmin in a mainline game, I guess we'll never really know if it's canon or not. But we do see something from Hey Pikmin used in another game, that game being Pikmin 3 Deluxe. You see, Pikmin 3 Deluxe had the Picklepedia, which contained creatures that were also used in Hey Pikmin, the Puckering Blinnow, and also the Scutterchuck. These creatures' scientific names from Hey Pikmin were used in Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which must mean that Hey Pikmin is canon in my opinion. And if you still don't believe me, a family that originated from Hey Pikmin, the Hunting Peck family, was later used as the family name for the Scornets. Anyway, yeah. I think there's more evidence to say that Hey Pikmin is canon than there is evidence to say that Hey Pikmin is not canon. But what do you think about Hey Pikmin's canonicity? Please let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!